Because you a critic, bro. You
Yeah, you're a
criticize
critic.
alles.
But I'm DJing it live.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
but what's to say that like Steve Aoki's shit
Because
wasn't
he's
planned?
busy throwing cakes and songs are mixing at the same time.
Fang him. As an up and coming DJ,
Mm.
like there's a lot of challenges you face already as an up and coming DJ with the difficulty of breaking into the scene. So now you feel like you get that one big break just to have them basically rip this away from you. Also, thieving on the radio is crazy.
It is crazy.
Hey yo! It's my turn to start this week. Welcome back to the Let's Talk Foreplay podcast. This is episode 4. Yeah, this is Kane.
I'm Gremlin.
Yeah, let's talk foreplay. Also, before we kick off the episode, we wanna say a big thank you for 200 subscribers.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
I
crazy.
actually just noticed it now.
Yeah, we hit it. I think we hit it on like a Tuesday or Wednesday after we dropped episode 3. And yeah, shout out. Thank you for 200 subscribers. Thank you for watching and interacting. I think episode 3 was a big one in terms of interaction.
Yeah.
You guys really got into the comment section. Really debated about a lot of the things we spoke about, and that was pretty dope. So thank you for 200 subs, and thank you for interacting with us.
Yeah, it's been really cool again. I think we say this every time, but every time we drop a new episode, the feedback is just, better and more engaging, and people are really getting into it. So it's exactly what we wanted. We wanted we wanted the conversations to start, and that's what's happening. So I think firstly, I want to get straight into some of the comments that we've been getting on our Instagram and YouTube and everything.
Yeah, let's get straight into the comments. Yeah. So
yeah,
ideally, this is gonna be a segment that I think we'll just keep pushing from now onwards. Straight into the comments of the previous episode. Because again, with like the last episode, there was a lot of talking points, and like you guys got really passionate about it out there. So
yeah, passionate is a good word. I think our idea is to open the conversation and start the conversation and
hey, what a
and see what
conversation!
happens. Yeah, and you know what, we could address it all on our Instagram, but this is the space for us to really chat about it in depth. So I've highlighted a few things. So we post our reels on our Instagram, and they usually get really good responses. And the one that we posted that went pretty viral was
Promoters, stop your car.
was
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, no. This whole week I've been bumping into people, and the first thing they tell me is, "Wait, what was it again? Oh yeah, stop your cock."
stop your cock.
Oh week.
Yeah, you've started a meme there, bro. So the big thing about that was us chatting about promoters booking influencer DJs and all this type of thing, and a lot of people had some stuff to say. So one of the top comments we saw was, we won't mention names, but anyway, it read, maybe look at it in the long run, guys. Influencer DJs will get 10K per gig for approximately 2 years, after which they become irrelevant or replaced. Your rate will increase with your experience, and you'll get booked more often for the next 10 years. The real ones always win.
Yo, that's a tough one still, bro.
It is a tough one.
I have my reasons why I say it's a tough one, but let's hear yours.
So when we were speaking about it last week, I had mentioned that I've seen it a million times, how these guys come in and they really only last a year or two, and then it dies out. So he is 100% right when he says that. But yeah, I don't think it's the way to go.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Again, when I look at the comment, I put it into this perspective. Like he's saying, they're gonna get booked for 10 grand for a period of 2 years, and they're either gonna fall off or disappear. If they just book 10 gigs at 10 grand for a year, that's 100,000 rand, and that's 200,000 rand over the span of 2 years. Someone who's gonna last in the decade or last in the game for a decade might only hit that 200,000 rand clip in their fourth, fifth year.
Yeah.
So again, I wouldn't say it's an unrealistic take, because again, these people are gonna fall off eventually if they don't take the craft seriously enough to improve and to actually be good DJs. But I mean, yeah, if you look at it from a newcomer's perspective, or someone who's genuinely passionate about this game, seeing someone make 200K over the span of 2 years while you fighting
And
hard for
this
come
is
up.
we're just saying minimum.
Yeah,
you
this
know,
is like
at
minimum.
that
Yeah, it's
rate.
a minimum case scenario. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's the thing is, it's not about the individuals that are coming in and they're only lasting 2 years. It's like he says, they're gonna be replaced.
Yeah.
So the issue is that it's gonna keep happening. It's not the point of, okay, somebody's gonna come in for a year or two. Every year or two, there's gonna be a new person, and it's never gonna
there's
stop.
always going to be someone who's going to try their hand at it, and there's always someone who's going to be able to profit off it. And again, it's to no fault of their own. They're seeing a gap in the market.
Yeah.
They're taking advantage of it, and they're getting their bag.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I pointed out, that a lot of it is on the promoters themselves instead of the people who do the DJing.
For sure. So, a reply to this comment was by someone that, from my understanding, I don't know who this person is, but looks like an influencer DJ. The person that commented, I don't know if you know them,
Oh yeah, definitely not an influencer DJ.
but a DJ. For real, for real.
Yeah,
Okay.
DJ.
So this person's reply to that was, nah, I don't think it works like that, unfortunately. When someone becomes irrelevant, there's always a replacement. I think the goal here is for DJs with more experience and skills to get the respect they deserve in the same way the influencers are respected or valued.
Yeah.
And I think they're spot on with that.
100% spot on. You can't be mad or upset when someone of experience or someone who pulls the actual crowd goes to you and says, hey, this is my rate, and then you want to feel some type of way because you either know this person or because their social media status isn't where it is compared to an influencer, and now you want to be mad because this person said, yo, this is my rate. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It's gonna be an ongoing conversation, I feel.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it'll be a forever conversation, but like the current state of our scene, it's gonna be a very relevant conversation.
He is hoping for a change, man. Let's hope that people see the light and the truth of the matter, and it kind of stops. I
Promoters is talking to you.
So another a WhatsApp that I got was a DJ friend of mine that it seems like he has stopped working with events and promoters and clubs and that kind of thing. So what he said was, love the podcast, have to agree about the promoters. They are just cuck, which is part of the reason I've moved into corporate and private events. This has resulted in little interaction with promoters, and my invoices are paid in full and on time. Maybe this could be a topic, as there are other avenues in the scene, as I think a lot of these TikTok influencer DJs are just looking at the scene from one perspective. Yeah,
I like that. But again, it's tough. It's tough. And it kind of ties back into what we said about like new people in the scene and stuff like that. It's like, what do you want to do when you come into the scene, you know? So again, a lot of people, when they come into the scene, they either want to be event DJs or they want to be club residents or they want to do the corporate thing, you know. I think it's harder to go the corporate route if you don't have a name in the local industry, which is like your events and your clubs and stuff like that. Because ideally, that's where the corporate guys get a hold of you, and that's where the corporate guys eventually see you and recognize the talent, and that makes the transition to being a full-time corporate DJ a lot easier. Whereas if you just go straight into corporate, and I don't think there's an avenue like that if you don't touch the local scene first.
I've always said that there's okay, let's say 3 ways that you can be a DJ. You can be a DJ that's trying to be popular and relevant, or you can be a DJ that is trying to make money and make a living, or you can do both. I think both is the ideal situation, but if you just want to pay your bills, private, corporate, weddings, that's the way to go. And you know, you could become big in that scene, and it's great because, like he says, payments are on time. There's no bullshit really. Whereas with the club and event scene, you have to deal with a lot of shit. But you can't become a big popular DJ without
the clubs
living
and
in
the
that world.
events.
Yeah.
But that's why I said it really boils down to what your end goal as a DJ is. You know, are you in it for sustainability and to be that guy who does the corporates and the weddings? Because again, the bags is silly, bro.
There's a lot of people that do that, and they do really
like the
well.
bag is silly. Like, bro, you could do 3 weddings for a month and you could clock 40
Easy,
not
probably
more, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weddings are crazy.
And then like it really depends on what you want from this industry and what you want from the scene. Obviously, the younger generation and like my group of people, they look at this as some sort of fame and some sort of recognition standpoint where they want to be in the clubs, they want to be at these cool events. You know, they DJing to become superstars
Yeah.
and they DJing to become big. Whereas like the more older generation now, you know, they've grown out of the whole need to be popularized and in that space. So now they're in that bag where, you know what, I'll do 3-4 weddings for the month. I'll get my 40 to 50,000 rand and I'll call it a day.
Yeah.
I don't need to be in a club at 2-3 a.m. DJing for an hour
And getting like, you
and
know,
getting cock from
yeah,
people.
and
So
getting paid peanuts.
yeah, it makes sense if you're looking at
really
it from
does.
that perspective. Yeah.
It really does. So that was a promoter chat. Then we had another reel that we posted about the premixing.
Guys. They might. I'm not gonna lie. The comment section might have swayed my opinion on this.
Yeah.
Might have, but only for certain scenarios. So there was one comment where I can't remember who it was.
I've got some of them here.
Mhm.
So this is one. This is by a DJ from Canada. She is a Red Bull 3-style champion.
Hard.
I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's a DJ LYKX, like X, like X. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, they said
Licks.
I don't. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't go around with a premix. I mean, I love to freestyle, but now you got me thinking. I always have a plan B and plan C since my job is to keep people entertained. A premix would help rather than a corny Spotify playlist while I sort out tech issues. I would not do that for a festival, but for a venue, that could be an option. Even like if you have some spicy food or a lot of water and the place is packed. I mean, song only lasts 1 minute 30 now anyway. I don't get that, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're not wrong either.
They're not. But like I said, it works for certain scenarios. Again, if I'm at an event and if I'm at a festival and if I'm at something of that nature, I'm not carrying a premix, bro.
No.
But
for sure.
So someone who owns a club and who runs a nightclub, they made the point that it makes sense to have a premix in that case because of the club and you don't want your doors to close early because of technical difficulties.
So this is the exact comment. I've been
Yeah.
playing a long time and it's recommended to keep a separate flash drive with your own mixers just in case shit happens. As a resident DJ playing late, I've had to use a mix after an owner or a patron spilled a drink on a deck. This has happened a few occasions, not my fault, but having a backup plan that saves the night instead of ending the party is always recommended. One-off gigs with shit gear is a reasonable reason to walk out on a set, but playing weekly in clubs is different.
See, so that scenario there makes a lot of sense because again, as the club and as a resident at that point in time, you feel obligated to keep the party going because again, that's your income, because you're a resident, you know. But yeah, if it's an event, bro, if it's a festival, if it's a one-off thing, and your shit is fucking out,
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Try.
Yeah, that's a no-no
Try
for
dip
sure.
in.
I think it really comes down to the specific situation and scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Joe's even said this. It's all up to your DJ code. I won't judge if one comes up and plays a premix while sorting themselves out, especially those busy DJs who never arrive on time to set themselves up. I've learned to drink my water, and if that works for a seamless transition, then do it as long as you don't spoil the mood of the party.
Drink my water is
Yeah.
crazy, man. That's Sips tea.
Yeah,
Sips tea
basically.
goes on about these days.
Have the premix, things happen, get your bag, the crowd loves you, and you can personally enjoy your premix. Win-win-win. No.
Nah.
Someone-
Whoever commented that, stop it, please.
Yeah, nah, fuck
Please,
that
man.
shit.
You're ruining the art of what we are trying to
Dude,
do.
I hear you, but I rate just keep one. You don't have to ever play it. I was once booked until 10 at a private function and I had to leave for another gig. The organizer hadn't booked anyone after me, but the people were still jawling. So I left the premix playing and left for my next gig. Just to keep the
Yeah,
vibe
on
going.
that note, kudos to you, bro. Kudos to you. That's you going the extra mile, and I respect that because of this business that we do, and you building a rapport with people, and you obviously want to leave a good taste in someone's mouth and get a good review. But that organizer not booking anyone after you and them knowing that their jaw was supposed to end when you were done playing, It's not your responsibility to keep that show
No.
going with that.
You're right. It isn't.
So
I think the line has to be drawn between playing a premix and stepping away from the decks, and playing a premix and acting. I think
Yeah.
that's really the conversation we're having
'cause
here.
now my thing is, no, like that guy who left the premix and went on and did his other gig.
Perfect.
Are you gonna get paid for the length of that?
Oh
premix?
yeah, that's another thing.
Because now you technically kept the party going for
Yeah.
an extra hour, if not two, depending on how
But you're
long
not
that
even
mix
there.
was.
Yeah.
So again, are you getting paid for saving that dude's
Yeah.
ass?
It's a weird one, man.
It is a weird
Yeah.
one, yeah. That's why I'm iffy about it.
It is a weird one. Okay. Another thing was a previous episode we spoke about the 500 Rand for a song request.
Yeah, the Yoko thing.
Yeah. So one of our viewers said that they commented, "Do you guys get paid more than 500 Rand for a DJ set?"
Now,
I'm
the
trying to find
emoji that they used, the emoji that they used,
Shock. Yeah.
almost like they shocked that it's
Shocked.
2024 and people are getting paid more than 500 Rand for DJ
So
sets.
this is from
'Cause
yeah.
that stems directly from the comment that DJ Easy said, where DJs are getting paid 1.2 to
Yeah.
1.5.
Yes,
So
yes.
that was like a direct
So this
correlation.
DJ was like, "Wow, guys are getting paid that much," and honestly, I feel
I
like we're getting paid way too little.
I replied on the comment with a huh and a question mark, because I was really confused. I was confused at the fact that this person was confused that people get paid more than 500.
Yeah, as if like that's not, I guess, common
yeah,
knowledge.
common practice.
Maybe it isn't common knowledge though. Like, I wonder if people think that we get paid way more than we do.
I think people do think that we get paid, because remember, the lifestyle is very glamorized on Instagram. So there are people who get more value in the bottles they receive than the actual pay that they, and
Yeah.
that's jarring, bro. Like, there's people who prioritize riders over their bag. Like, homies will gladly be on camera with a Don Julio at the table, a couple Bel Airs, and go crazy.
Yeah.
And then the bag is maybe a third of what those bottles cost retail,
Yeah.
or something like that. Like,
And-
it's crazy.
And the clubs are
The clubs are eating
losing
it up
nothing. They're
because
losing
they
nothing.
get those bottles at like consignment,
Yeah.
which is probably a fraction of the retail price. So they don't mind giving you a Don Julio and
Cost them
2
nothing.
champagne and 1,000 Rand.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a fat W for them.
Yeah, it's a big L for the DJs.
Yeah, massive L. But again, the lifestyle is glamorized. So now the outlookers and the people from the other perspective think, oh, you're making crazy money, you're getting gang bottles in the jaw. And they also correlate that to the price of these bottles
Yeah.
in the jaw.
I suppose it's the image that people are trying to portray. I'd rather look like I'm making money and I look like I'm, this big superstar. But meanwhile, I'm playing for free. And I'm just getting some bottles. Like, nah.
I think that's the problem
Never
where
be me.
I think that's the problem with DJs in our scene right now. So last week we kind of went at it for promoters. I think this week we should turn the tide to our peers in the industry, because I think it's really crazy that someone should comment like that shock value that people
Yeah.
are getting paid more than 500 Rand a DJ set. I think based on circumstance and your agreement with people and whatever, that's between you guys, and like obviously business should never be released to people outside of who made the agreement and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So again, whatever agreements and business you have with someone, that's private and confidential. But it also ties into another thing that someone texted us and they asked, like, what should entry level or beginner DJs?
Oh, it was the same person.
yeah.
Yeah. So they said, please talk about what beginner, middle, and experienced DJs should be paid. We need some transparency here so promoters can't pull the wool over our eyes about what is the industry norm.
Yeah, can I be real with you guys, right? When I started in 2020, this was Feb 2020, the month before COVID hit. I had 2 gigs in Feb 2020. It was an opening set for an event that I played, and that I played for free. And then my second ever gig was a paid gig that I did with Crayons. You know Crayons? Shout out Crayons. And at that point in time, this is 2022, at that point in time, I was told that the industry standard is 500 Rand.
2020, 2022.
No, sorry, 2020.
2020.
Yeah, so
okay.
2020, the industry standard is 500 rand for like beginner DJs, entry level DJs. So, and I mean, that for me was like pretty dope because I mean, it's 500
It's
rand.
your second gig.
Yeah, my second ever gig, 500 rand. It makes sense, you know. So, I'm here on the couch right now, and I'm like, it's 4 years later. You'd like to think that the industry standard has been bumped up.
Not only the industry standard, but who you are and what you've done should equate to more money.
Yeah, in a perfect world, yeah. But like I said, there's a lot of things that happens in the industry where you kind of again, if you have business relations with people and like obviously people who book you regularly and stuff like that to keep the money coming in, you know, you have agreements with them and stuff like that. But when it comes to like the industry standard and what an entry level, intermediate and experienced level DJ should be getting, there's no way that 4 years after my very first paid gig, an entry level DJ should still be getting 500 rand.
Yeah, I don't know. I this is a conversation for promoters and event guys to answer, because you know, we on the side of we want to make more money, you know, and it's kind of like, and I've said this before, if the standard is raised, if the floor, you know, the minimum is raised, then everybody can start earning more. But like, yeah, it's just, if anything, it's probably gotten lower across the board. I mean, it's definitely not gone higher. But
it hasn't gone up. But I wouldn't even say it's moved. I would say it's stayed the same, really. Because like again, like you said, if we lift the standard.
Yeah.
So like again, let's say tomorrow every single beginner DJ wakes up and they say that the minimum set is 1,500 rand for them.
Yeah.
Then that means an intermediate DJ can go and say, hey, but then the minimum set for me is 4,000 rand.
Mm-hmm.
And an experienced DJ can go, hey, the minimum set for me is 10,000 rand.
Yeah, exactly.
And that eventually is going to force the hand of so many people to then book appropriately.
Yeah.
Whereas, again, then they can't pull the wool over your eyes and say, because you know what I hate? And I hate this so much, bro, is that you'll arrange a booking with, or someone will arrange a booking with you. You guys would work out an agreement for an appropriate set fee and whatever the case may be. And then that person, and then maybe someone else wants to book you as well. Then they go to that person and be like, yo, how much did you get Gremlin for?
Yeah.
Or how much did you get Kane for? Or can you get him for me for this rate also? Guys, please, man.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. It's not. Unfortunately, we would love to say that a price is a price and it stays that way for everybody, but that's just simply not how it works. You know, I have relationships with promoters and guys that I've been working with for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
They book me every single month. Like, you know, they put money in my pocket twice a month.
Yeah.
You know, like, of course, I'm gonna give them a better rate. But if I don't know you and I've never worked with you, and you're gonna go speak to that person and say, oh, I heard you got Gremlin for this much, and now they come to me and they kind of use that against you in a way, like,
they
nah,
do.
it's
They,
not
like
right.
they so, I wouldn't even say they slick with it. They're very like abrupt with it. They're like, yeah, but you then did it for this, bro, for that. And I'm like, yeah, but you've never shaken my hand before.
Yeah.
Until you sit in front of me, shake my hand, we have a conversation, we build rapport. Don't expect something like that from me, bro.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, moving on. One of the last comments that I want to go through is a WhatsApp message that I got. Actually, no, an Instagram message from one of our, I think he's been watching the podcast since the beginning and always been commenting and everything.
Yeah.
And he spoke about a situation that happened last weekend. So he's a DJ. He's obviously up and coming, trying to make his name. And I'm gonna read the message word for word, but I won't mention names and anything like that.
Not gonna lie, this message took me out.
Yeah,
bro.
it's hectic. So this is what he said. I met this DJ. I don't want to mention his name as I don't want to expose this guy. He told me to send him a couple of mixes of mine to play on a radio station for his show, I'm assuming.
Brody's smiling because he wanted us to say the name
Yeah,
of the
no,
radio station.
Can't do it. He wanted me to play a mix on his show. I was driving and I heard my mix playing on the radio, and I was pumped and excited at the same time, since this is an achievement for me. However, later in the mix, they use another DJ's tag on my mix. So his mix was playing. It was my Gremlin in the mix, but it said Kane in the mix.
I didn't read it like
Yeah.
that. Oh, damn.
So, okay, it goes on, okay?
I didn't read it like that first.
However, later in the mix, they used this DJ's tag on my mix, and I confronted him about this, and he said that the radio station used this other DJ's tag on my mix because the DJ that should have played live cancelled, and they could only play my mix at the same time. But keep in mind, he was the guest DJ for the weekend. That's just...
Radio station. You must be so glad we can't say your name.
Sure.
And you must be so glad that this brew also didn't tell us who this person was.
Well,
because
it's implied. You can kind of... do the
Yeah,
math and
but
you can figure out,
respectfully,
yeah.
if you had to tell us this person's name, your name would be all over this podcast. I'm not going to lie. Because if this is true, remember, we're just going off what he's telling us. We don't have a reason to doubt him, but we also don't have much reason.
For sure.
Again, it's a 50-50 thing. But like, respectfully, bro, if you're doing this, you're breaking this kid's confidence, bro.
100%. Imagine like now you're so excited you get a radio slot on a big radio station.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people listening in, and you telling all your friends, tune in, and everyone's listening and taking videos. Like, you know how it goes.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
a really exciting thing. And then at the end of it, it says someone else's DJ name.
Yeah. Guys.
Like the presenter could have not played that and just said, yo, this was so-and-so in the
Yeah,
mix.
literally. Like, there was no need to put someone
just
else's
avoided
tag
that.
on it. It was literally just, hey... remember, this guy pulled out. This guy cancelled.
Yeah.
And you had to play a guest mix. There was nothing wrong with saying, hey, this guest mix came from this particular person.
Yeah.
Young, talented, whatever. Like,
That's horrible, man.
something like this will break your confidence as an up-and-coming DJ. Like, there's a lot of challenges you face already as an up-and-coming DJ with the difficulty of breaking into the scene. So now you feel like you get that one big break just to have them basically rip this away from you by playing someone else's DJ tag on top of your thing. Like, could take his aspirations away from him. Like, he could be done with this whole DJ thing after that, bro.
Yeah,
That's how
hopefully
crazy
not,
it is.
but
I
yeah,
hope so too.
it's-
I hope he continues pushing. But
it really
like,
sucks.
bro,
Damn.
also thieving on the radio is crazy.
It is crazy. And also, like, imagine you are the other DJ that cancelled and you driving, and then say I'm a hip hop DJ and this guy's playing I don't know.
House mix.
What if it was a shit mix? What if it
Then-
was, and now you hear, oh, Gremlin live in the mix, and I'm like, that wasn't
That
me.
was
You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it was a bad mix. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
it's just wrong on all accounts. Like, it just does not
Mad
make
wrong
sense
on
to
all
me.
accounts, bro.
Yo,
Also, I'd be upset because why are you putting my DJ tag on someone else's work, bro?
Dude.
That's not a reflection of who I am as a DJ.
yeah, the logic just went out the window there, man. That didn't make
A
any
radio
sense.
station. I hope you're watching.
You know who you are. Okay, two more that I want to get into.
Okay.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, the
It's-
comments were really fun.
I
not gonna
mean,
lie. I had
yeah.
a great time.
So this was just a random Facebook post that I saw
Mhm.
from another DJ friend of mine that hosts events. He does really big events, and this is what he said. It's a bit of a long one, but it's pretty good. Between last week and today, I attempted to book 6 new DJs to my event. Some were affordable, some were unfortunately not in my budget, and some had an enormous ego with a godlike complex. The way they spoke, the way they responded to a text message, I was like, what the fuck? Have they even met their peers in the industry? The legends of the city and DJ industry are all absolute humble souls, true. Down to earth and always ready to advise and guide. They've traveled the world and every city in this country and played on the biggest of stages in and around the world and always act in a professional, humble manner with the utmost respect for the next human. I don't know where these new guys get their manners from, but 20 seconds into the convo telephonically or with text, I already knew they were not good enough for my brand because of their attitudes. They won't be contacted again. I'll stick with the ones driven by passion and not following. I only reached out to them because of my event, fam. but you guys deserve better, and I'll give you that every single time. Then he goes on to speak about some other DJs that are, really good and are professional. But yeah, I see it. I see it big time. Like I always say, there's no reason why somebody like a Reddy D or whoever, Ryan the DJ, you name it, can be a humble, good, professional person, and you as a little shit have an ego and this godlike complex. Like, it just...
Can
man.
I tell you why this godlike ego and this thing, these things exist? It's because of the glamorized lifestyle.
Yeah, social media.
Guys, social media, unfortunately, does pay the bills. You have to look and present yourself a certain way, and you have to obviously act accordingly. And you get bookings, but the God complex.
Yeah,
really?
there is a big sort of like, I don't know how to put this, but there's a sense of, if you're humble, that you're not confident, or you don't believe in yourself, and people might not like. People want to see like you have a bit of an ego, and it's just I don't know how I feel about that.
You know when's the best time to have your ego? When you're on set.
Yeah.
When you step off from set, let that ego go, bro. What's the point of being all egotistical when you're not at the decks? What, you're gonna stand around?
And also, 90% of the time, you have zero reason to have an ego, because you're not that good.
And besides the fact that you're not that good, like, you must understand that you are not bigger than the industry.
Yeah.
You are known in your city at best. You're known in your province at best. There's very little DJs in South Africa who are known countrywide.
Yeah.
Very, very little. Like, we could count them on a handful, if not two hands full, that are known countrywide. Until you have that nationwide representation, then by all means, have an ego. But traveling between Joburg and Cape Town, that doesn't count as...
Not even that, man. It's just unnecessary. What's the point of, I mean, the way he explains here now, like, they can't even be like chilled. They can't even be like nice people. It's like,
bro,
this like entitlement, sort of like holier than thou vibe. Like, nah.
It's irritating, guys. It's more. There's more effort that you have to put in when you want to be an asshole. Being an asshole takes a lot more effort, because you actively have to think about the cuck you want to say and the irritating energy you want to put out there. Like, it's genuinely so much more effort to be an asshole than it is to be a good, nice, genuine person.
Hey, maybe some people just don't have that in there, man.
It's silly, man. It's really silly. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, last one. Promise you, last one. So this is from a tweet from Jay Espinosa, world champion DJ, absolute legend, like one of my favorite DJs. Honestly, unbelievably good. Like, like top 5. He's
I miss
ridiculous.
Espinosa.
He tweeted this. This girl comes up to me tonight while I'm DJing, just to tell me how much she thought I sucked, and flipped me off and said I was a bitch. Then she ran out of the club. It was so weird and offensive. I'm just over here playing MP3s. I'm so over dealing with shit like this.
I'm not gonna...
Wow.
It's a tough one still. It's a tough one. Guys, I had this conversation with Kyotic last night, actually. So this was while you were playing. Shout out Kyotic. So I had this conversation with him, and we were talking about like how, again, people don't appreciate technicality when it comes to DJing anymore. People don't appreciate what actual DJing is anymore, and it ties into what Jay is going through, because he probably had a crazy set at that point in time, word plays, mashups, and all these things, and someone came to him and told him like, yeah, you cuck, you're overcomplicating what you're doing, we just want to listen to music, flipped him off and then went and then left. But like, we're DJs, bro. Yeah. We're supposed to be technical. We're supposed to have fun with music. We're supposed to manipulate music in ways that you as the audience didn't think was possible.
Yeah, like really, what is the point of going out and going to a place where there are DJs, if you just want to hear exactly what you want, firstly, that's probably where it started.
Yeah,
She
they
maybe
probably rejected a song
yeah,
request.
something like
That's because
that.
she didn't have 500 rand for the Yoko.
$5, man, or what?
Is it?
$25.
500. That's 500 rand for the Yoko.
Yeah, it's horrible. I don't think I've ever gone through anything like that, like to that extent. But yeah, I mean, it's hectic. You can be one of the best DJs in the world and still have to put up with shit like that. It's just it's nuts. But yeah, maybe it comes down to, again, like people's entitlement, feeling like they have to control everything, and they want to know, that they came out and they're spending money, and therefore they deserve to
hear what
have
they
exactly
want,
what they want. Like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Go home, listen to it. At
Yeah,
home
put your
in car.
Spotify playlist
Yeah,
on with your 5-second blend at the
Yeah,
end.
for real.
Yeah, save money.
Yeah, man.
Shout out, Brody.
Okay, so let's talk about the weekend.
Yeah, let's hit a young recap. So you and Brody, Brody worked at Ultra. Not everyone can be as privileged, but yeah. You went to Ultra. How was that?
Yeah, I had to buy my ticket, and Brody
Brody just went
VIP
to work,
media
for
access.
media access.
It's not as fun as it sounds. Remember that. You got to be on your feet whole festival.
Oh no!
I was only there for like 5 hours though. I left before, like just
Yeah.
after it got dark, I left.
What a tough life you live, bro.
Damn, man does what he loves. Gets in for
Gets
free.
paid for
I know,
it.
yeah.
Guys
Don't make
have
me
to
sound
be on
spoiled.
my
Don't make me
feet.
sound.
Yeah.
You are spoiled.
I spent 900 rand on a ticket, bro. I saw Skrillex like the day they announced Skrillex. I bought my ticket straight away.
Mine saw Skrillex from 25 rows back, and you got to see the backstage version, bro.
No, I left before you
But
even got
still,
into the
you had the
building, bro.
access.
I didn't have the. I could have actually given him my band because
He tells you this, no?
when I left, I took my VIP band off.
Brody doesn't respect me, bro.
Yeah, real chat. He says this 2 days after Skrillex is done playing in Cape Town.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, like I'm not really bothered with like for something like that. I'm not bothered with the VIP backstage or the shit. Like I
Yeah.
want to experience it. Like
Like
I
a
want to be in.
consumer.
Yeah, I wanna
It
be
is more
in-
fun also
way more
experiencing
fun.
like that.
It's way more fun. So, Brody, what did you think about Ultra? Let's start there.
Yo, I said it to like a couple of people. I found it very like odd. It didn't feel like an ultra I've been to before. I've been to the one just before COVID. I think last year.
That was 2019.
Yeah, and I went. No, it was 2020 because the ultra happened Feb,
February. Oh.
and then lockdown was like March or something.
Yeah.
Bro, I felt very like I was out of place. But when you get there, when doors like start opening and people come in, the staff are the most hype. And I guess you have to be if you're there working from that time. People come in, you have to feed them, all that stuff. But I don't know, man. At 8 o'clock, I listened to like the local DJs, majorly Carl Watson and like Dean Fuel. I enjoyed those sets, but as soon as it got the international like sets, I thought, nah, this ain't for me, and I dipped. Sorry, that was my experience, bro. I felt a bit awkward and weird being there, which is a first.
Let me pose a question. Like you're saying now, the international DJs took your preference when it came to the sets, and our DJs, local DJs took your preference when it comes to sets, and then the international DJs not so much. What would your ideal direction be for Ultra moving forward? Because apparently this year was cock.
Yeah, I'll get into my experience, but I'm
Yeah,
keen to hear what you think
because
about
you
that.
got there when I left, so we can't have two halves of a story. here.
Yeah.
But I prefer the local DJs because it feels more connected to our sound.
Yeah.
Listening to like AJ League and Carl Watson, two very completely different DJs and different sounds, but it felt like organic, like I was having fun listening to it. The international sounds, I didn't really feel
Resonated with us.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I feel like it was a bit too much. Also, I could hear it from my house, bro. So I was listening to it when I got home. Also,
I think it's great that there's an opportunity for the big local superstars to be on these worldwide stages. You know, that's a big achievement for them. But from a consumer standpoint, there's not really anything exciting about seeing somebody that you could see anywhere else at any other point in time around the country. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Like
Fair.
it's not
because
really okay. Like they're all great DJs. Major League, Carl Watson, Dean
Yeah.
Fuel, amazing DJs. But seeing them at Ultra is like, okay, cool, seeing it at Ultra, but I can see you at a club down the road.
Yeah, because that
Next week.
same night the same night of Ultra Major League played at IEP.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
So
you.
it's like I don't really get that, but there needs to be local.
Yeah, but I also want to say it feel like Alta doesn't feel big anymore. That was my whole like experience, like the overall experience. It doesn't feel like a spectacle. I mean, Daisies, and like this is an international music festival. Rocking the Daisies feels bigger than this. And even last year, like Daisies wasn't on point with a lot of stuff, but it still felt bigger than what.
Bigger in term. Well, it is.
It is bigger though.
Infrastructure wise, it is a bigger festival. I mean, 5-6 stages. The expected turnout is usually, I don't know, 10, 15,000
If not
plus
more, though.
20,000.
What do they usually do?
I really don't know.
See, I don't know anything, and you always tell me, what do you think of this event, Brody?
Because you a critic, bro. You
Yeah, you're a
criticize alles.
I'm
You
interested in your
literally go-
opinion as well. Okay, so my experience, I've been to Ultra before. I went in 2016, 17, and that was the last time Skrillex was here.
But that was 2 days, Moose.
2 days.
Now you
Ostrich, huge, gigantic, loved it. Incredible experience, like loved it. It felt big. It felt like Ultra, you know, like that big American
Yeah.
style, European, you know. Whereas this year, I don't know. I got there as Steve Aoki started. So from Steve Aoki was the last 3 DJs on the
Main stage.
So 2 stages, Resistance on the one side. There were probably, I'm lying if I said there were 200 people on the Resistance stage. So that was pretty empty. But I get it. Most people wanted to see the international lineup, international DJs. Steve Aoki. First of all, the stage was pretty small. Like, it wasn't a gigantic stage. Like, Daisy's main stage was bigger, for instance. It looked dope, but it wasn't, like, anything mind-blowing. It was just, like, cool. Steve Aoki, yeah, I just got this feeling of it just felt like this, like, extremely pre-prepared, pre-mixed show performance thing where things happen like clockwork exactly at this point and that point, because there'll be a song playing and then a certain thing comes up on the screen and it's like perfectly timed.
I have a counterpoint for that. In Daisy, you played Daisies 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right? Not last year, before. I was with you when you planned your set out. You knew your timings. You contacted the people at the stage to do your like lighting and your imagery and your
For
graphics
sure.
and stuff like that. So I mean,
But I'm DJing it live
yeah,
That's the thing.
but what's to say that like Steve Aoki's shit
because
wasn't
he's
planned?
busy throwing cakes and songs are mixing at the same time.
Fanged him. Fanged him.
Like, I'm not lying. He spent most of the time
Throwing-
away from the
apparently he
decks.
threw like 10 cakes at
Yeah,
like 10 different.
and it's like, bro, it's cakes. It's big.
I just want to say, if someone threw me with a cake, I'd be mad as well.
Nah, but people want it, bro.
It's-
Like, they have signs up that
it's
say,
such a
"Please throw me with a cake."
That's such a weird concept.
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
but also
I-
that's his thing.
That's his
so,
thing.
yeah.
He's got it down. Respect to him. He's built his career. He's gigantic. He's made
Yeah.
good music. and
He's at that
everything.
point now where he doesn't need to actually DJ. Guys.
Yeah, the actual
Aspire
performance.
to get to that point one day.
Yeah, the actual performance, the music, it was very flat. It was very like, I'm not a big EDM fan like that in any
Yeah.
case, but I can appreciate when it is well done. But like I said, it was 100% premix. He might be doing 1 or 2 transitions live, but you don't hear blends happening. You don't hear mixing happening.
Yeah.
It's like this perfectly coordinated, pre-made thing.
I get you.
Yeah, so that sucked. Also, the volume was really soft. Like, it sounded really good, but it was soft. Like, you couldn't feel the energy, you know?
So no rumble in the floor type. beat.
No, not at
Damn.
all. Nothing. It was just like a nice, clean, easy volume.
I'm not gonna lie. when I was in high school, like 2015. So 2015 to 2017 was like peak EDM, like peak, bro. Like EDM was hot. Like I wanted to be an EDM DJ.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah, and all
yeah.
that things. And I used to watch like all the live sets and stuff like that. So like W&W was like some of my favorite DJs,
Yeah.
Blaster Jacks,
Yeah.
some of the favorite brews.
Oh,
that I-
W&W, I saw a bit of their set. It was
Yeah.
also...
So
eh.
like, and that was for like when Ultra was like a 2-day fest, and
Yeah.
you looked at it and you were like, yo, when I'm old enough, I want to go to a 2-day Ultra. The moment I turned 18, they swapped Ultra to a 1-day thing. I was mad as hell, bro.
Yeah.
I was mad. So I've never been to an Ultra. I don't think I'll ever go to that.
Nah, I mean, I only went for Skrillex. Like, that's the only reason I went.
Yeah.
And it was 100% worth it. So it went Steve Aoki, then Afrojack. Afrojack was also like, I grew up listening to him, like the Dutch house vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I was like 13, 14, 15, that was my shit. And it was, again, it was just an average. It kind of feels like it's like a normal gig for them. Like
But
it's a whatever.
Is this not the same people Ultra bring every
Yeah, it's
year?
like they have like a standard like resident sort of vibe, that kind of thing.
Do better, man.
Yeah.
Do better.
So
better.
that was pretty flat, and then eventually Skrillex came on. Bear in mind, the turnout was, I think I told you guys, like if there were 7,000 or 8,000 people, that would be, I don't know, what even less.
I would say, I would say about 10.
Do you think so? Maybe throughout the day, but like at any given point, like usually Ultra, you can't just walk straight to the front. Like if I wanted to, I could have just walked straight to the front barricade. Like it wasn't packed. It wasn't like
Yeah.
sardines. There was lots of space. By the time Skrillex came on, like I think people think, oh, Skrillex, whatever. But then when they actually hear it, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's very different. It's not the regular EDM fist pumping shit. So, it emptied out quite quickly. Like I was happy about it because I had more space to like
Yeah,
go
to have
crazy.
fun.
Yeah, but at one point I was taking a video. I still have the video on my phone. I took a video like going all the way around, and there was no one behind me, and I wasn't even 50 meters away from the stage. I was at the back of the crowd. Like, yeah.
Is this the end of Ultra South Africa?
I don't know, man. I get the feeling that we are very spoiled in Cape Town.
So Dean Fuel said that we are spoiled because we have festivals almost every weekend.
Yeah.
There's a festival that pops up.
There is no FOMO.
It could even be like a forest. I mean, you don't know
Yeah.
about it, but we're spoiled for that. So the standard for me for a festival should be like, especially in Cape Town, bro, it should be higher.
Yeah,
And I think that they don't take that into account.
yeah.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I think when these people want to have festivals and stuff like that, they like their first point of contact is Cape Town because of the scenery and
Sure.
that sort of thing. But I think standard itself, that comes down to how much these people are actually willing to put into the event. I'm not gonna lie, something like Ultra, I do think should be a lot more grand than what it's been over the last couple of years, you know, especially because it's an international stage and they're coming here with foreign currency, you know.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that they should go back to the 2-day formula. They should go back to making it an even bigger and more impactful 2 days, bigger acts, diversify the acts a bit more, and bring better sound through. And guys, festivals, please stay away from that racecourse venue.
Why? Oh, because of the noise limitation.
Yeah, noise limitations. Like even Cotton Fest was there last year. Yeah, please, festival organizers, go to Ostrich Ranch, go anywhere
Yeah.
but the racecourse, please, anywhere.
Yeah, I think there's a noise limitation because of the residencies around there. Yeah. So yeah, cool. I enjoyed Skrillex. That was about it.
That's man had a cuck experience here by Altrons.
No, it was just Skrillex. I loved every single second, of that. So it was definitely worth it for that.
So you paid
900 rand.
I wasn't gonna say how much you paid, but I could.
You said
said it.
earlier.
I said
Oh, did you say?
It
Yeah,
was
sorry.
900 rand for the ticket. It was worth it. Not gonna lie. And
900 rand for an hour.
yeah, pretty much. And you know, your howler, you get your tickets, your drink, credits or whatever. I loaded 500 as I got there. First round was like 250.
Oh my puss.
Yeah, it was just like, it was expensive. It was just an expensive night out, and yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe
I think
I don't
next
know.
time, if I should ever do Ultra, I guess it'll have to be Ultra Miami.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the standard. That's
Aim-
what it really
Aim
is.
higher,
Yeah.
kids. Aim higher. Aim for the very top. Don't settle for this Ultra Cape Town.
You know what's strange? Like we saying that, okay, maybe say they got 10,000 people. We can do local events, local festivals that bring more people than that. You know, we've seen it.
this though.
We've
We've
seen it.
seen this. I've seen an event, a local event with just local acts, just Cape Town acts, pack out 6,000 to 7,000 people.
I mean, first Sunday at Rands gets that many
hey
people.
yo, that's happening today as well.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's a crazy lineup. I'm not
huge,
gonna lie, that lineup
and that's
is nice.
local.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I wonder if there is a genuine appreciation for the international DJs and excitement for it, and B, people are looking at their money and thinking, why am I going to spend 915 for a ticket for this type of thing where I can go to Rands or something like
Yeah.
that next week or the week after? Like there's so many options. We're spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
So like, again, there isn't any sense of missing out because
But
there's
then-
going to be something else next week or next month.
Yeah, but then the question is, what does Ultra do to fix that? Because again, I think in terms of curation, they obviously need to then bring people, especially international acts, they need to bring people that we would want to see. So now you look at international DJs, especially like in that dance, EDM, and in that spectrum, you know, who is there that people would actively want to see?
I think with Ultra specifically, their brand is very EDM superstar of a certain generation. You know, that golden era of EDM.
Yeah, that
so
2015
yeah,
to 2017
they
run.
they lean heavily onto that, whereas the actual big EDM guys are Fred again, John Summit, you know, that
Bro,
that
Fred-
sort of vibe. They're not ultra style DJs.
I would have paid 900 rand if Fred again was at Ultra.
Yeah, but
no
that's the
cap.
thing. It's not an ultra type of act.
Yeah.
They
Even that other bro, James Hype.
yeah, exactly.
Bro, bring James Hype. James Hype is a jazz DJ.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Before he's anything else, he's a jazz DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
I
seen
wonder-
that man do stuff on 4 decks that,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, enough about Ultra. So you went to a pretty cool event yesterday. You DJ'd. Yeah, what was it?
So it's called Ultimate X. So it's like a collab event between Converse and Monster Energy, where it's literally an X Games.
Wow.
It's literally an X Games, bro. Like, I got there just before 4, so I had to play a 2-hour like hip hop and trap and set. So I got there when the BMX finals was happening.
Dope.
So the brews were, so it was the final run. So they had to put a run together. I think it was like 3-4 tricks in a run, and the stuff these men were doing, bro.
Crazy.
I-
it's
I wish I knew
from
the
all
name.
over the world or only
Yeah,
local?
it's a Cape Town thing. I think there's a lot of Cape Town guys. I wasn't too clued up with the contestants
Yeah.
themselves, so I wasn't sure who was on the court doing whatever.
Sure.
But the stuff that they were doing, bro,
Madness.
it was the man. There was one bro who it's not a bar spin. It's that thing where you flip your bike, you swing your bike around.
Yeah.
He did like 3 of those in a row, and he landed. And I was like, why would you do that? Like, what if you get hurt, bro? So like, okay, quick one. There was a time I wanted to be a skateboarder. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
Yeah, I think every kid has that phase where they just want to skate.
It's the coolest thing on earth.
I'm thinking now, we used to watch Street
Street league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
used to sit there and watch Street League. Now I'm thinking that was probably
SLS.
yeah, it was probably
SLS,
that
yeah.
experience was there.
Bro,
Yeah.
every kid wanted to be a skateboarder at some point in their
Yeah.
life. And then the board hit my ankle. And I said, nah, it's not for me. I said, nah. Me, I threw my hands in the air. I said, nah. There's one thing I don't like is getting hurt. And that wood on your ankle. I said, nah, not for me. But it was fucking dope. I'm not going to lie. That shit was hard.
There's a lot happening this weekend, eh?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was Ultra Friday,
K-Day.
Pride yesterday.
And then this Ultimate X. But like the Ultimate X thing was really dope. The crowd was very receptive to like the music and that. And then they were also like, there was just a bunch of things that they were doing. There was a bunch of activations. They also like they were partnered up with Suzuki. So Insert Coins told me that they gave away 3 Suzuki trucks. I was like, what?
That's insane.
Yeah, so it was super dope. Shout out Converse and Monster Energy, and also Jägermeister was one of the sponsors for that thing. It was really dope. I think like the way they completely like remodeled Battery Park for these ramps and like the courts and the courses that they had. They like remodeled it. There was like bro, people were like 20-30 meters up in the sky, bro, the way they were riding BMX and that. It was insane. I was sad because I missed the skateboarding section. So when I got there, it was the BMX finals, and then but it was extremely hard.
That's dope. I would have loved to actually come through. I was dead. We had a preseason soccer.
For my days.
Yeah, me and Kane are getting back into our soccer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get fit.
Soccer bag.
Yeah, I was very brittle yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I was battling a sore ankle, and
this guy went from the soccer game 22-4. We finished. His set started at 4. He went straight there.
Don't ask me how I did it, but I did.
We played at Destiny last night.
Yeah.
Kyotic on the lineup, super dope. I've never actually seen him play live.
Yeah, you got there like 20 minutes before
he ended.
Yeah.
And when I got in, he was playing like Gom kind of vibes, and then he just switched it up and he started playing love songs with like word plays.
Yeah,
and like
R&B.
Super fresh, refreshing, like new. Nate was on his bullshit. He was just wilding on the mic.
Nate!
He was...
Please!
It was karaoke in there.
Yeah,
he was
Nate
singing.
Yeah.
And
you know what's funny? When we got there, no? So me and I got there and Nate was drinking a Heineken. And we joked around and we were like, are you going to hop on the mic tonight? And he's like, no, I'm not drinking. I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to be on the mic. And then Mia launched him into a Jaeger bomb. And then he's like, nah, we'll do Jaeger bombs and then he'll take a tequila shot. After that tequila shot, it was chai.
he's crazy on the mic. Like it's so entertaining. So yeah, it was cool. So Kyotic played. I played after him. And I'm not going to lie, like when me and you are on the same lineup, like I step up my shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like Kyotic as well, or like if Ryan's or Reddy D or someone like that, like I'm gonna make sure like you know,
you have to go up a little.
Yeah, of course. So I think always the crowd is gonna be the winner because we're gonna be, you know, pushing ourselves to be like the best that we can be.
Yeah.
And people just love it, bro. So like it was super
fun. Last night was super hard. Because again it went Kyotic, you, me, and obviously like because we're so competitive in like our nature. Everyone wanted to be the best.
Yeah.
Like everyone wanted to. But like Kyotic played. I was there since the start of his set and he really is that guy, bro. Like he has 20 years worth of experience in this game.
What I love is that like even though there is that competition, it's super healthy. Like we're supporting each other, we're gassing each other up. Like, you know, like he'll do something crazy and we look at each other and be like, yo, that's mad.
Crazy. And then like, in return also like
he's literally stayed in the booth like my entire set. He was just chilling.
Just vibing, going crazy, bro. And like even he, like his jaw dropped a couple times when you pulled some transitions and he was like, hey. It's like, it'd be like that sometimes.
Hey man,
but he's such a stand-up dude. Like he's so cool. I met him for the first time in Joburg last year. And like even there, such a cool dude, easy to talk to, just a great person. Yeah. Exactly. And for someone of his caliber who's been in the game for like 20 years.
Thank you.
Who's met And again, it ties back into the ego chat. Like, this is a guy who's been in the game for 20 years. He's rubbed shoulders with the biggest in South Africa. He is one of the biggest in South Africa. And for him to be in the same booth as you, vibing out, enjoying, just talking, going crazy.
No ego.
No ego, no, yeah, you can't sit with me, or this section is secluded, you can't talk to us. Like,
Fuck
even his
that
management team was super dope,
Super dope.
super cool.
Yeah,
It was, guys, aspire to be like that.
exactly.
Don't want to come here after you played 4,000 people, want to act up.
Well, the thing is that the way I see it is, if you truly are into this DJing thing, you'll know who the greats are.
Yeah.
You'll know who the really, really good ones are. And if you can look at them and be like, they don't have an ego and they're so good, why would I
Why
ever
would
have
I?
an ego? Like, how could I possibly think I'm the shit when, like, that
When
person
you're not
is
even a fart.
Someone said to me that's my favorite song.
It is though. You've actually played that shit a lot.
I don't know. I love it. There's
It
something
bangs,
about it.
It bangs.
It's a good song. It's so stupid, but it slaps.
It's just fun.
How's your week looking? Coming up?
I got a wedding on Saturday.
DJ.
Shout out.
DJing the wedding.
Yeah.
Nice. The whole thing.
Yeah, so I got a wedding on Saturday that I have to prep and plan for. So that's gonna take up majority of my time on Saturday.
First Thursday coming up.
Yeah, I
Very
got
good one.
Prime on first Thursday, and then I also got Arcade. Yeah, that's my week for now.
Yeah, I'm also pretty chilled. I've got like a corporate thing on Tuesday, so good bag, easy money.
Yeah.
The last time I did this gig, I was literally just standing there, people having conversations, and I got paid
Played
like
ambient music.
got paid like 4 or 5 times what I usually get paid. It's dumb. So
Just
it
put
goes
it
back
on.
into that thing of
Yeah.
like, you can make money in this corporate world. And then first Thursday I got a couple things. I'm doing Rooftop on Brie. That's where they close the road
Station
bus
on Brie, man.
station, but the rooftop.
Oh, okay.
That venue. Vogue, doing Vogue, and the new Safe House Flirt.
Oh, Flirt, yeah, Flirt.
Yeah. So Safe House has been sold
And taken over by Destiny.
And their concept is Flirt. So yeah, go check that out.
Yeah, they're also gonna be remodeling soon.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like
More of a
very
restaurant
soon.
vibe.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna be closing down at the end of March to do the remodeling, and then obviously a grand opening and that again. Yeah, I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Okay, cool. I think that's it for
Yeah, that's
today,
that's
eh?
us this week.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching and just all the love and support and the feedback and questions, comments, whatever you want, just message us. Like,
Yeah.
as you can see, we go through everything and we respond to everything. We talk about everything.
Yeah, remember, I've said this is probably the 4th episode in a row now where I'm gonna say it. It's for you guys to get insight on the industry, to get things cleared up, to get information. So don't be shy. Get in the comments, go crazy, like,
Yeah.
comment, share, subscribe.
And not just for DJs either.
Not just for DJs.
Everybody.
You could be a regular person and you just want to find out something.
Yeah.
By all means, if you want to
Exactly.
find out about Gremlin's life, by all means, pop it in the. Yeah, it's literally just that.
I'm an
Get
open
closer to us and get closer to the
Yeah.
industry as well.
Away.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow everything. Follow Brody Captures. He's the one
Yeah, he's
that
our
makes everything
director.
happen. Shout out, Brody. You've been killing it.
Real chat. But yeah.
Yeah, see you next week.
Yeah, and once again, thank you for 200 subs.
Sheesh. Peace.